I'm live or not for my first ever cooking stream. I don't know. I don't even know. I dressed up for it too. Hello to anyone who joins us. We're cooking some food today, making a chorizo pasta, which I've wanted to do for a little while. I don't know how I sound. I don't know how I look. I don't know if this is even working, but I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi, which is pretty good. Double checking them. Yes. Okay. Oh, I've dropped it. Nearly binned it already. Ooh, it's working. Right, I'm going to be making a chorizo pasta bake. Chorizo already started cutting. Got a pasta bake, it's not baked. Got some onions, got my pasta, some sauces, which I'm going to thicken it up with. Got some granules and bits, spices. So we're going to be making that right now. Just want to prep the chorizo. So right now it's all from Lidl, everything. Except for knife, this is IKEA. How is everyone doing today? I'm wondering how this will go because this is my first time ever doing content like this. I've never done this before, so forgive me, this is an absolute first. I don't know if the chat will appear. I don't know if I'm going to have any indication that people are speaking. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out. Let's see, I want to see if any chat's been said. How do I know this? Is it this little button here? Click that. Okay, it says hi chat, so I'm imagining chat will appear. So I'm imagining chat will appear. I'm going to probably upload this to YouTube afterwards. Oh my god, such a good spot on the forehead. Let's angle this. I'm currently using some golden syrup to try and prop this up. So my phone is on the charger because it's nearly dead. Right. Welcome in. I see people are joining. Welcome. Hope you're all having a great day. If you could do me a favour and type in chat because I'm not sure how it will appear. So I have no idea what this is going to look like to you guys. My technical first ever IRL stream. Hope everyone is doing well though. Currently just peeling off the outer layer of the chorizo. Let's get that nice. So they're peeled. So now I will slice them. I like mine somewhat thicker. Actually no, I like it fairly thin and crispy. That's what I'm after, but I like it in big cuts. I don't like to dice it down into smaller pieces. I like it quite thick. I've also got a pan of water boiling just so I can get the pasta on fairly soon. We'll probably use my Twitch timer to try and figure out how long that will be. Aim for 10 minutes, but it sometimes takes a little bit longer. Oh, actually, I know it might not be actually. Depends on which pasta I'm using. Oh, no, a minute one. Don't accidentally overcook it. That wouldn't involve. So how is everyone doing tonight? Going to be streaming some suzerain later, just for I make some dinner. And I thought, you know what, why not do it and stream at the same time? Well, crazy coincidence, eh? Right, let's cut. What I'm going to do, because I've only got one container, I'm going to use it for the onions, because before I cook anything, I like to prep it all. I'm going to add some oil now. I've added quite a lot of oil in there. Whoops. It's fine. So I'm going to add that now and add in the chorizo just so I have my chopping board ready. And I will show you this while it's cooking, but so I'm taking the chopped chorizo and placing that into the pan, spreading the oil around while I do it, getting it nice and coated. Just want everything to be face down, essentially, because what I want from this is I want a nice crispy chorizo. So we'll see how it goes. Hoping well. I've had issues where I've underdone it. Just to my own taste, obviously chorizo, it's ready to eat, but I like it nice and crispy in my meals. Get that off my hands. So how is it the stream? Ooh. Sorry, I'm just about things with this. I don't know. My first time doing this. I have no idea if you can even hear me. We're gonna find out later. Right, onions. Onions. Right, I've got 2 medium-sized, I guess, onions. 1, 2, they need to be done. Ah! No! I fell over. You guys fell over, technically. Re-angle that. Okay. Fine, I guess. Right, so what I do, I go and peel my onions. Slightly off screen, I'll bring a bag over. I like to peel my onions before I chop them. I'm sorry, I know that might seem weird, but I feel like it saves so much onion and me so much time than having to peel them. I'd rather do it like this, where I'm taking it apart layer by layer by hand. I don't know why, it's just something I ended up doing and finding a little bit easier, to be honest. Got a bit more space over here, so I'm going to do it on this side. I normally prep everything on this side, but it's easier to stream from over there. So a bit more support. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I wonder what you're all making for your own dinners. I hope something nice. So this chorizo pasta recipe, I kind of learned from my brother quite a few years ago, and kind of modified it to my own liking. It's really, really easy. Really easy. No stress, no hassle. It's just, I don't know, not time consuming even really. It's just combining what you like. So 1 onion, let's do the second. Yeah, I had a good, funny day at work. We got locked out for over 2.5 hours. So, that was fun. We had a bit of a rush to kind of back up from that, but it wasn't that busy, to be honest. It did get, actually, you know what, tell lie, it did get a little bit later on, but nothing we couldn't handle. Nothing we couldn't handle. Good team in there. But yeah, wasn't too crazy, to be honest. That water's ready. Once I've peeled this, I'll get the pasta on. Just always peeling off that final layer, right? I don't want to lose too much onion, but I'm going to have to do a little bit. The pasta, well, the water, you can see the steam, you can really see that condensation, so that is ready to go. Bottom and top it. Right. Get that pasta in. Now I'm wondering how I can do a timer. Oh yeah, I can set the timer at the top. It tells me how long I can up for. I just shot pasta everywhere. So this is Lidl's finest. Oh, my bottle is wet. Right, this takes what, 9 minutes? Wait for it to hit the full minute. Wait for it to hit 9 minutes. Go from there. So wait till it hits 17 minutes and then it should be done. Cool. So that's in. Let me go around 4, 5. Okay. Got that off screen. Don't want to fit in there. Right. Let me just skip this little star. Right. Let's put the onions. Actually, now I can add a little heat to the chorizo. Okay, we'll start heating that as I do the onions, because the onions go in a little bit later. Okay? So we want to slice these, not dice them. I think this is kind of up to you. It's just how I have my preference. Is for a sliced onion to a diced. I don't know, I just think it's nicer. Nicer on the mouthfeel, nicer to eat. Again, all my opinion. Yeah, this is how I like it. A little bit thick. There we go. Unsliced. Take all my gubs from earlier. Chuck that in the bin. Hey, cool. That's a lot of the prep done, to be honest. There's nothing else to really dice. I've got a tin of tomatoes, some oyster sauce, some mixed herbs, some garlic granules because I have garlic I realised too late, and some chili powder because I like it a little bit hotter than sort of what would be really. So the chorizo is hot itself. It's got cayenne pepper in it, but I find that it's not enough. Little bit not enough because it mixes out into the oil. So what we're seeing now is that start to fry up a little bit. It's nice, the oil's starting to bubble in. It's what we're after. We want it to be nice and crispy in the end, at least again to my preference. I don't like a soft chorizo. So what I'll do eventually when it's crisped up a little bit is I like to lift it, have a little look at it, but we want to do one side at a time here. Trust me, very important we do one side at a time, otherwise we're going to lose track of what's crisping up. Everything. Shouldn't knock that over. So yeah, that's starting to crisp up a little bit now, which is nice. Pass this turn. So yeah, when we hit 17 minutes, we're on 11 minutes 40. That's when I'll do the pasta. Let's see, I'll turn this down a little bit as the oil's starting to build up. So there was oil in there, but now it's really starting to raise the amount of oil because of the fat in the chorizo. There's times where I've cooked this without oil and slowly rendered the fat from it, but it's never too much. It's not enough to really coat the pasta afterwards and kind of make it very tasty. And I know I'm not using tongs, I'm using knife and fork, get over it. Okay, that's starting to crisp up, give it another minute. Got my onions ready from earlier. Just pour garlic granule everywhere. Might as well, while I'm here, add a little bit of chili powder. Just so that is in there, I guess. I really do that when I'm in the other phase, but that's fine. Right, now that's started to crisp, I'm going to start spinning them over, okay? So I do it by hand to make sure every single piece is spun. And I can really start to see a sizzle on there. It looks really good. I like the look of it anyway. Good to me. This is why I'm envious of Traveller's Rest, because of how quickly they cook. A series I do if you're interested. Who knows, maybe Cooking with Lance will become its own series in the future. I'm just flipping everything. Getting a nice little flip. So again, I like mine crispy, but if you like yours a bit softer, you can just flip it sooner. If you like it even crispier than I do, flip it later. You know, I'm keeping it on a nice low heat so that I stay in full control of it. Don't want to have to be rushing for anything because I'm going a bit too fast. And it doesn't matter if you forget to flip one or two. It doesn't matter if you didn't flip any of them, I guess. You're just going to have one side that's more crispy than the other. Significantly so. Also though, ideally you want to add olive oil. I didn't have any added vegetable oil, so rapeseed oil. So if you have olive, I'd say use olive. Just going to quickly wipe my nose. Woo. Right, so pasta's going, give this a little stir. Then you want to crisp off that side, and then I'm going to add a few bits, okay? So crisp off that a little bit, then the onions are going to go in, and they start to absorb the oil, start to fry down a little bit. I'll add them in like a minute. The pasta will be done before we finish this, by the way, so don't worry if it seems like the timings aren't quite there. Might as well add the onions now. Hear that sizzle? That is what we're after. We want the onions to get in there, yeah. I don't know how well this is picking up audio, I hope okay. I hope you're enjoying this, it's something different for a change. Oil's getting me. So you'll see already, if you can kind of angle it, the onions are starting to change colour already because the oil turned more red because of the chorizo and the spices we added. So they're starting to already absorb a bit of that oil, turn a little bit different. Now, I don't like adding too much extra salt, but you could add salt at this stage to help fry off the onions a little bit. But I'm watching my salt intake, so I'm not adding any extra salt, if you will. Salt with the pasta water, though, naturally. I'm not a savage. And I'd say do this with fusilli. I had penne, so what are you going to do? I add a lot of mixed herb. Trust me, mixed herb will never lead you astray. And add the garlic granules in a second. Garlicky, so I'll add those. And again, we're just frying off the onions a little bit now. Because both sides of the chorizo are sealed and nice and crispy, so now it's just cooking it through a little bit. Again, the onion's a lot smaller now. If you like a firmer onion, a bit more of a raw type onion, do it shorter. If you like it more so. Do it longer, it's quite open to how you do it, to be quite honest with you. And the pasta, timing-wise, should be pretty much there. So let me try a little bit of it. Oh, I don't throw my pasta against the wall, I just try it. Not there yet. Still fairly firm. The onions are sound. I wish I could tell you what it smells like. I don't smell too well, sadly. But I'm sure it's good. It's very, you get a lot of the herb through from what I've added from the Italian mixed herb. So, well, I'll just mixed herb in this case. So again, all of this has either come from Lidl or Sainsbury's. This herb mix is from Sainsbury's, but that's it. The rest has come from Lidl. So it's not a super expensive meal to make. I noticed that the chorizo I use, the fresh chorizo, goes on discount quite a lot if you use the Lidl Plus app, so that's quite good. And honestly, it's worth using. People don't realise I used to work at Lidl years ago, and honestly, the app saved you quite a lot of money. Like, they lose money on it, I swear. I don't actually know, but it's very good. It's something that's very cheap to begin with. They don't make much money, so when you have it on discount, it's pretty good. Especially the onions as well, you get those quite often on there too. So that's starting to cook down a little bit from the onion side of things. Give that a little bit longer. Then I'm going to add this fine tin of tomatoes, a bit of Worcester sauce, and I've got a little bit of... where is it? 1 minute. Got a little bit of tomato puree. Going to add that too because I like it to kind of condense down a little bit. And in this stage, we need to keep trying the pasta because pasta will overcook really quickly, as I'm sure you're aware. Not that quick. Let's go a bit longer, I guess. And again, welcome to anyone who's joining us or has joined us. I'm probably going to end up putting this on YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Not sure how this is going to look. How it's going to turn out. It might be that it's so bad I can't upload it, because with this obviously I normally record from my PC. For this I'm going to have to download the VOD from Twitch, and that's not always as good a quality as streaming live, because if there's a lag in internet it's going to lag what the end product looks like, the end video. So I think that's cooked down enough now. Let's try another piece of pasta. And though I'm cooking a full bag of pasta and a full chorizo and 2 onions and whatnot, I'm not going to eat all of this now, don't worry. A lot of this will be eaten tomorrow too. Again, get in there, but it's really close. Open the tin. Don't crack with your nail when you're doing it. Get that ready. And the pasta's just about to finish, obviously. I want to fry this off more, so I don't really mind letting this cook off a little bit more, but soon I'm going to stop it because I like a bit more of a crunchy onion. Reduce the heat on that. I have a huge piece of pasta. It just feels like it needs longer. Anyway, chopped tomatoes. 1 tin for me. I have a backup tin. Should it be a bit too watery or not watery enough? Mix that in. So all of a sudden, all the herbs and stuff we added earlier in abundance makes more sense because we're watering it down almost because of what we're adding with the tomatoes. Because they're not as seasoned as what we had in there now. It's going to be spread through the sauce. Makes it very tasty, really tasty. Adds a spiciness to it. Adds just a little. That's how I describe it. And for me, I just like it, so I add a little bit of Worcester sauce. Just again, it's my own preference. You don't have to. Obviously, it has shellfish in it, so if you can't have shellfish, don't have that. Also, a little bit of tomato puree, just because I like it. It's pretty much just a meal I like. Alright, this I feel like will be done. And it, yeah. Now do it. You'll be probably noticing by now, all of my kitchenware is from Lidl and it's the cheapest versions thereof. When I moved into this apartment, I didn't have that much money. And I have other things I kind of want to spend it on. So new furniture and stuff comes later. Ah, a piece fell off when I was putting it in earlier. That's that. Bin bag, done. Right, let's mix this up. I chucked the tomato puree off the side by accident. It's not as good. I really want to show you guys this, but it's kind of difficult because I've got the camera propped up. But it's starting to really look good now. I like the look of it. It's starting to pretty much be done. Again, I don't want this to be super saucy. You can add a second tin, add more herbs to kind of counter that. But I like the way it's going so far. And there's one way to test out what the end result will be like. Very tomatoey, very tasty. And now we have the cat. Come over, like what's going on? Cat tail, cat bum. And we put her down and wash my hands. See you later, Pinky. I'll give her some dreamies for being a cute cat. This is Dingbat's favourite cheese dreamies. Come here. She is eating those and there's a very happy cat for it. And I think this is pretty much done. Have I missed anything? No. So now is the only time I'm probably going to use a spoon during this. Because now it's adding it to the pasta. So pasta here. So simply just angle it in. And again, we don't want to lose anything here. We want all the sauce, we want all the flavour. The oil, I know it's a lot of oil, but you know, and there we go. Pretty much all done. Nice. I add washing up liquid to the pan immediately. I'll add some water to that afterwards to help me clean it up later. And then now is just mixing it in until we end up with a very nice mixed, deliciously coated chorizo pasta. I know this might be a bit of a weird video. Why has Lance decided to do this? Well, I'm streaming tonight. Streaming some Suzerain, which I've been intending to play for a month. So, gonna do that. See how that goes, enjoy it. And you know what, I'm making dinner beforehand. I don't want anyone thinking I'm forgetting about the stream. Why don't you watch me do this too? And I'll be around later. So, very enjoyable. Let's mix it up some more. Everything's starting to look fairly coated now. But because it's quite a full pot, I don't want to knock any off, waste any. The sides are clean, so I can pick on it technically. Just don't want to. Right. What do I try? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. Nice little piece of chorizo there. It's still soft on the inside, but nice and crusty and crusty? Nice and toasted on the outside. Which is just how I like it. I'm going to eat now, but thank you so much for joining me on this, and for anyone who's watching afterwards, I hope you've enjoyed us making our first stream meal. So thank you so much for being here, and if you're watching later, you have a good one. If this ends up on YouTube, thank you for watching. Bye for now.